day, everyone. Good day. This is Enyinnaya, and I want to show a demo of our software. Um, it's a hospital management system, and this is the version 1 of the software. It was quite a huge thing for me to do. Most of the time, it was done at night. So I'm glad that I'm showing a demo of this software right now. So to save us time, I've the system has multiple user is a multiple user system, meaning it has the doctors, have the administrator, has the patient, has the lab. As we go into the system, you would be able to see more. So to save us time, I'll be demonstrating the system in using 3 users: the administrator, and then I've already logged in for the doctor, and also I'm already logged in for the patient, for a registered patient. So we'll log in right away for the administrator. Alright, so we are successfully logged in into the system. So the system basically helps the hospital manage its day-to-day activities. It allows the hospital to manage its department, to manage its human resources, the doctors, the nurses, the accountant, the pharmacist, the receptionist, the lab scientist, and every other general staff in the hospital. It also helps it manage its blood bank and manages its patients, manage patient schedules with doctors and every other person that handles a schedule. And it also manages bed space, it also manages appointments, it also manages the pharmacy, which is the medicine, and it also manages the prescriptions that are given to the patients by the doctor or by the pharmacist, and it also manages the payment made by the patients in this system, and it also manages the hospital, a portion of the hospital expenses, not the whole accounting expenses of the hospital, portion, and then notifications also. And then the system also has is a multilingual system. I developed it to be a multilingual system, meaning you can change the language of the system from here. So without further ado, let me quickly just demonstrate how the management works. So basically the logic is the same. We are able to add, delete, update a particular data that you insert into the system. So those are the departments in the hospital. So of course you can also add more. You can add more treatments. Okay, that's been added. Next, and here we have it, psychotherapy added successfully. So it is the same for the doctors. You can add doctors, you can manage your doctors, you can list the entire doctors. So it's a very robust system, and it's the same for every other human resource person that is in the hospital. For blood bank, you can also manage donors, manage the blood bank, manage for patients. You can add patients. The hospital can, as in the administrator, can add patients. Then patients can also register, and then even a nurse can also enroll a patient into the system. And the patients, these are the patients' enrollment data. So a lot of things to be filled here. And then there is also for management of schedules for the doctors, for the nurses, and for the pharmacy. So you can manage the schedule of a particular doctor, and when the doctor is available or when the doctor is booked or occupied. And bed space are also managed. You can manage the ward and also assign bed to a patient. So beds can be assigned to patients depending on the department. So I really do not want this to take so much. So if you select a department, let's say let's say physiotherapy, it lists out all the patients that are under that department, and then you can assign a bed space to them depending on the kind of bed space they want, and then the price tag also comes up at once. So you can assign dates of assignment, the date of assignment, and then discharge date and description, and then either choose if the bed is active or inactive, and then you can save. So that bed space would be assigned to that particular patient. So you can see here that this patient has been assigned here successfully. And for management of medicine, this is for the pharmacies. So now, as an admin, you will see every functionality, and admin sees everything. And then, but as each of the users, based on their role, logs in, they are restricted to see just a whatever function is related to their execution of their responsibility in the hospital. That's for adding category, and then you can also manage medicine category. Furthermore, there is also I think I've talked about the blood bank, the management of prescription as well. So you could the pharmacist can do this. The admin might not be doing all of this, so he can monitor what every person is doing, the doctors, the pharmacists, and the prescriptions they've given. All right, and then payments, he can also manage payments. You can list all the invoices that has been generated. So the receptionist can create an invoice for the user. So and users can decide to either pay online or pay through a physical generation of the invoice for them. So here you can see that whenever an invoice is paid for, it's updated by the person that created it. So this is an unpaid for. So you can go here, you can view the status, like to print this particular invoice. Here it is. I can print this invoice. So I print this invoice. That's if the patient wants to pay to the bank, right? He takes this invoice to the bank and then makes his or her payment. Then if when we log into the patient site, you would see that the patient is also able to pay online through PayPal or Paystack. And so that's that for invoices. You can add invoices can be generated depending on what the need is. Invoice starts with department. So when you select a department, it automatically brings up all the patients inside that department. So this means that the patient must has already been enrolled into the system to be able to pay for a service. So these are all the details in that form. And then expenses can also be managed. What are the things you are spending money on, the basic things that they want to document. You can document basically anything, but it's not this particular function here is not a full-fledged accounting feature. All right, and then notifications can be managed, meaning the admin can send across notifications, then everybody logged into the system will be able to see the notification as it comes across. And therefore there are system settings, shows everything about the system, the updates. There's this where you see the PayPal, the pay stack, and the test, the secret keys, and everything that is used for our social life key, whatever. It's them. Yeah, here call for emergency works if you're logged in and you want to call for emergency. So this is for the admin. I'm trying to make it fast, so let's quickly see what the doctor can do. So he can manage his schedule, he can manage his prescription, he can also update his profile. Now the patients are assigned, that are displayed there based on the doctor. So if there are no patients assigned to this doctor will see none. So another doctor can log in, but then if a patient is assigned to him, he will see one or number of patients assigned to him. All right. So this how the doctor, you can see that there are restricted functions this particular doctor can do, and then you also have the patient. So the patient dash, the patient is he can make payment, manage his payment, list his invoices, and then let me show you what I was talking about as regards making payments. So view invoices, and then you can make payment with PayPal, you can pay now with Paystack. So that's how the payment works for patients. But if they don't want to, they can print this and then pay to the bank with the receipt. Alright, then here manage, they can also receive their bed space that has been assigned to them. This person knows bed space has been assigned, so nothing here to show. Then appointments, if the patient has an appointment, it's going to come up here. So no appointment here for now. Then prescriptions will also be listed for the patient here. Now this works if it's an outpatient. If it's an outpatient, you're not critically ill, you can of course check this and know what your prescriptions are. But inpatients somebody else can manage this data for them, like the nurses or the people that take care of them can manage this info for them and make sure that they get the right prescription. So that's basically everything about the system. The patient can know what is available. They know they have the details of the patients that are the number of patients in their ward. They can also know the number of the laboratories that are also in their ward. So that's basically everything about the patient. So it's quite a robust system, and then there's a in the dashboard for the admin shows a summary of how the entire system is doing. So it tells the admin a lot of information. Now expenses, because this is a demo, no expenses have been, no direct payment has been made, so this automatically updates with a graph when it comes in, and then it sees the patient's name of new patients. So what appears here are like the first five newest patients would appear here. Same with blood donors as well. So that's basically the entire system. Now let's talk about another function here. So the admin is able to back up the database of the system without having to understand whatever is going on in the database. So he can decide to back up at the database for doctors, the accountant, the pharmacist, everything at once. So that's how the system works. And what other function am I missing? So there's quite a lot here. We've written to the hospital to deploy this, but based on some communal processes, we are yet to deploy. Right? We are yet to deploy to the hospitals, but of course, this is a software. You can always improve and then do with it what we want to do with it. So yeah, that's basically. So for the language, you can see you can change your language to English, Arabic, French, Chinese, and German, and it will update every system-based information will be updated, not something affecting the user. Maybe the name will not be updated, but every system-based information will be updated. So the system is quite a robust system. It's a web application that is built under the uh, Codeigniter PHP Framework. So it's quite huge and it's scalable, very scalable. So we can decide to improve on this and integrate some AI features in the future and all the rest. So thank you so much. At this juncture, I would log out of the system, and that successfully logs out. So if password is forgotten, you can also retrieve a password. Same for all of these. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful time. Thank you. Yeah, all right. So another feature I want to just quickly point out is the fact that the system has multiple themes. That we can change the theme of the system to look different. This is very responsive as well. So here you can see that it's mobile responsive. You could reduce this all the way here, and then everything still works very fine. You can see that here. You can see it works very fine. Everything is dynamically working properly. So you can see the menu, everything drops down here. It works very fine. So now in terms of the theme change, the admin is able to change the theme of the system, and that reflects on every other person's themes. So let's go to general settings, scroll down to this part that talks about change theme, right? So we have the default theme, which is the black, we have the green, we have gray, we have purple, we have blue. Now this can be, of course, updated to suit the color use of the color branding of the hospital. So if we are to deploy this to another hospital apart from the general hospital, right, we can add more colors to this thing, and then yeah, it will become suitable for the branding of the hospital. So let's look at the green. So click on green, gray, black, purple, blue. So it's system is quite dynamic. So you can see each of the buttons also take the color of whatever the name of the color is. So change theme. Let's look at that. You see, it has updated to green right now. It's now green. So let's go to this and refresh for this and see what the theme color would be for. So see that, so it updates for all the users, and let's refresh this too. Update set for the patient as well. So that's how the theme works. You can decide to do blue, change theme. So the system is very dynamic, very dynamic. So you can see this, it's beautiful, very beautiful. So that's that, very dynamic, very dynamic. So now if in terms of payments, now if this system is deployed, the hospital can of course register themselves to PayPal or Paystack, and then they will be able to get their secret keys for collecting their payments. So these ones are just test APIs that I use. So once those things are collected and they are collecting payments live and it's going straight to their bank accounts, they switch this from test to live, right? So when this goes from test to live, so it tells the system to stop using the test keys and begin to use the live keys. All right, so that's how the system works. It's very dynamic. So I developed it in a way that I can test it, the payment, and as I can also test it live, right? So if I select this live, the keys that will be used in processing payments will be the live secret keys and the live public keys. But as long as this remains as test, the keys that will be used as demo will be the test secret keys and the test public keys. So that's that. And then you can also change the alignments from left to right, from right to left. Then the currency of the system can also be changed from whatever currency the hospital wants to collect payments on or from. And the language can also be changed. You can change language from English, Arabic to French or German. That's based on this functionality that is here, the translation. And then of course the footer details are also automatically updated from here. So you add this detail from here and it updates from here. So I can change this from alright, reserve 2022 to 2023. Change, let's see, that should update. So that has updated 2023. You can see that now. So that's that. Thank you. All right, so this is a demo for how the patient makes payment online. All right, so this is like to show that these links work. Of course, go to manage payments as a patient. Here you go to view invoice, and then you go to pay now with space stack. So this is dynamically designed in a way that it allows the system to the pay stack form when it loads to pick out the name of the hospital and every detail that is registered. But this means that the hospital has to have a pay stack account, right, to receive payment. So of course I registered like a demo account with pay stack that I used, and then same with PayPal. So we click on pay with pay stack, that loads up on a different tab, and then it loads. So you can see that patient invoice payment by General Hospital Pay, patient invoice payment for Witty Hospital. So then the patient can enter his details and then pay with the card and everything. All right, so this is how this works for payment with paystack. Now if the patient wants to pay, now we did PayPal if the hospital wants to collect payments with in foreign currency, either US dollar or in pounds or whatever currency that is supported with their PayPal account. So right here you can see although this is in Nigerian naira, 40,000 naira. So when I click on PayPal, no, it's this software is designed in a way that it will automatically identify the amount that the patient should pay. So if the patient has a PayPal account, he logs into his account, this particular amount is what will be on the payment form for him to use his card to pay. So right now I won't be going as far as and logging into my PayPal account to do this. So that's for PayPal. So that is basically how the patients can pay online. So but if the patient doesn't want to, maybe wants to pay cash into the bank, he or she can go ahead and print this invoice. My system is running low, so it's a bit. You can print the invoice and then be able to pay. So that is that. So another functionality on this system is a chart system. You must have seen this floating around here. There's a chart system where the users can interact with the administrator for support. All right, so you can come here and say hello admin, I need some help, and hit enter. So let's go to the admin. Let's log in the admin. The admin is not logged in here, so let's log in the admin and see that, and see if that message pops up for the admin to see. So there, so it logs in here. We can see I need some help from the admin, and then the name of the patient is displayed here. Let's go back. You can see this patient here, the name, and then you can also see this here. So the admin can say, okay, how may I help you? Right, and then let's go back to the patients. You can see that, so it's dynamic. It doesn't require a refresh. It runs with Ajax. It doesn't require a refresh, sorry. So that's how that functions. And then you can close that out and proceed with whatever you want. So that's basically that for the function. And then all right, so thank you.